Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. We've achieved this during the last class, and today we are going to be moving on to the fleshing of this croquis. Now we will start from the head area. So you measure from the starting line here on the head. You measure 0.8 centimeters, mark 0.8 centimeters, and mark 1.5 centimeters. You do the same on the other side, 0.8 and 1.5. So on this 0.8 line, you are going to draw something like an arc. It might go beyond this line a little bit, just a little bit. So make sure you sharpen your pencils very well so that you don't have multiple lines when you are sketching. And when you are sketching at first, you don't apply much pressure. Just draw faint lines, draw faintly. So that when you erase, it will erase completely. You not be seeing the lines. So from this 0.8 line, we are going to develop the sides. You don't want to follow this straight line that we have here, so just bring it down. Just bring it down here. Just bring it down like this, and then you have a curve here for the jaw. So this way we are done with the head. Then we are going to blend it. We'll blend it to the neckline. So on this neckline, you come up by 0.5 centimeter. Just mark the 0.5 centimeter and you blend this back. When you get this 0.5 line, you bring it out. You bring it out and then you slant it back to this curve on the circle. Our shoulder is not getting to this point because we don't have pointed areas on our body, so we have curves. So you follow this curve that you have here, and then you bring this line, you bring it down. So we'll do the same here. When we are getting to the 0.5 line, we bring this down, and then we'll have the shoulder slope, the slant line coming like this, and then we'll bring this down. I hope you can see. All right, so from this line where this bust touches this line, we are going to come down slantly on the hip. On the waistline, you draw a curve, not too close to this because we don't have this sharp edge on our body. We have curves. So on the waistline, you can just draw a very slant curve like this, and you connect this to it. So I'll draw the curve first here, and then I'll connect this slantly. So as you're doing it, make sure you are trying to get a similar shape that you have here on the other side, so that your croquis will look balanced. So you use eraser a lot. Use eraser a lot when you're sketching, because once you have one funny shape that you don't want to use. So on the hip line, you draw a very slight curve like this. You just bring it up and bring it down, so that it will be a guide for what you want to do. So don't forget that we want to add flesh to this skeleton, so you have to add the flesh to it. You're not following this slant line completely anymore. You want to give this croquis a nice shape, a nice curve. So you add flesh to it. So here as well, So when I'm done with fleshing this from the waist to the hip line, I want to try and make it symmetric. Yep. So you want to connect this hip, this line here, you want to connect it to the knee line here. So you're not following this slant line, you just have this line as a guide. So you have to add flesh to the thigh. Add flesh to the thigh very well. So we're coming back to this line. So I'll do the same at the other side. So if you want to adjust what you are doing, you can just, maybe you have a smaller line here, you want to increase it, you can increase it first before you erase the one you have inside, so that you still have a guide, you still have something that is guiding you. So we always have this curve right after our knee, so the curve that we have there. So you bring this knee line downwards a little bit before you draw the outer curve. So, and once you draw it, you bring this down. So this curve that we have here should not be beyond like 1/3 of the knee to ankle. So like this is 7 centimeters divided by 3 is 2.3. So this curve that we have here, the most curvy part should not come beyond the 1/3 of the measurement that we have from here to here. So it's not as if you come downwards and then you now have this curve here. No. So the curve is always like 1/3 of the most curvy part of the calf is always around the 1/3 of the waist and the knee to ankle. So we'll do the same here. You come down a little bit and then you have the calf there. So if you are not getting this calf very well, you can mark the 1/3 here and you rule a line back to this, back to the triangle that we have here, and then you draw an oval shape that will come beyond this line. So you now follow the most curvy part of the oval. So once you get the most curvy part, you blend it back to the ankle. So you do something like this. So when you get the most curvy part here, you blend it back. It's going to serve as a guide. You blend it back to the knee, to the ankle. So that's just there. And then from the ankle to the feet, you blend it this way and you close it up here with a triangle.
If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.
So this way we have successfully formed the we have successfully fleshed the croquis. So the next thing we have to do is we move on to the ant area that we've not drawn. So this slant line that we have here, it's coming from the middle of this midpoint of this, and you try to like position your sketch in a way that this line will serve as the middle guide, a guide for you to draw the ant. So you bring this down, then from this line where the bust touches this line once again, you draw a curve coming down like this. So this is the elbow line. So you make sure that the elbow is a little bit smaller than the width that you have on the arm, upper arm here. So right after our elbow, we used to have this curve, the forearm, if I'm correct. So you have this curve here before we get to the wrist, but let's measure the wrist first. So from the shoulder to elbow, you measure what you have on the slant line. Yeah, I have 4.5, so I'll multiply it by 2 and I'll mark it here. That's where the wrist will be. So if you notice our body, the way our human body is, you have the same measurements from the elbow to the shoulder. From the shoulder to the elbow, we have the same measurements from the elbow to the wrist, apart from the fingers. So this is where the wrist will be. So on the wrist, I can decide to go out. You can go out by 0.2 centimeters to the left, to the right. 0.2 centimeters to the left and right. That will serve as the wrist, because the wrist is always smaller than the width of the hand. So here you have this, you draw the shape of this forearm and then you bring it down back to this wrist. So you do the same here as well, but you blend it, do the same as well. So if you did not get where this will be, where this forearm curve will be, you can measure what you have from this waistline to the wrist and divide it by 3. So I think I have 4.5 there, so I have 1.5. So when you get to the 1.5 line here, you draw a circle. Or an oval, sorry. So you use the most curvy part of the oval. Use the most curvy part of the oval to sketch your forearm, the curve here. So then from here, from the wrist, to draw the fingers, you measure 0.8 centimeters from the wrist. Measure 0.8 centimeters and 1.6. So 0.8 and 1.6 to draw the fingers. So on the 0.8 line, you mark 0.5 to the left and right. And then on this 1.6, you mark 0.2 to the left and right. So you connect this to the edge of this and you connect this to the edge of this. You did the same connection here. I hope you can see. This is just a mistake. So from the midpoint of this line, you are going to draw something like this. It is going to start from the midpoint here. It will be curvy here, and then it will come back to the midpoint here. So this hole, if you have your hand like this, we are sketching this hole here, this shape that we have here. So because this is what our finger will look like by the end when we are done. So from this outer part of the finger, you extend it downwards. From the middle point, you bring it down and then you close it up with this. So then you extend another line, you close it up, you extend another line, you close it up, and then the last one, you close it up. This thumb that we have here, we need to see the nail on the thumb. So you have it this way. Then you blend this, because we don't have these pointed edges. You blend it, blend it. So we are going to do the same on the other side as well. You extend this line, you bring it down. From this arm joining here, you curve it back to the elbow line. So you measure what you have from here to here and then you multiply it by 2. So I'll mark my 9 centimeters. So on the wrist, you mark 0.2 centimeters to the left and right. So from here, you measure 0.8 and 1.6. So I'll go out by 0.5 to the left and right here, and I'll go out by 0.2 to the left and right here. So I'll connect this. I'll connect this. I'll draw the curve here. I'll connect it to this. I'll draw the curve here and connect it to the wrist. Then I'll draw the shape of the fingers. From the outer part, I'll slant it inwards. From this side, I'll close it. I'll close it up. I'll close it up, and then the last one. So then the nail on the thumb. So you can see that we already have one figure. Now we will erase the lines that we have inside, and you leave the one that I have, this middle line from the hip line downwards. You leave it, but we erase everything that we have inside here. Then you trace the ones that you've erased, you trace them back. So now we'll draw the collarbone. Just come down like this and draw this slant line. You come down here and draw the slant line for the collarbone. Then the next thing we'll do is draw the crouch to separate these legs. So you come down a little bit from the hip line. Just come down a little bit. Then you draw this. You draw this curve. Then you bring this down. When we are standing together, depending on the side from which the person that is looking at someone standing together, you notice that one thigh or one leg seems to be above the other leg. So you decide which side you want to become. You want to give the illusion of coming above the other. You want it to look like it's coming above the other, so you curve this back. So if it is this side, you bring it out from here. Just right behind this middle line. And if it is this side, you do the same thing. Now let's use this side for this. You can try to use any one that you like. So you bring it out just right after this middle line. You curve it, and when you get to the knee, you bring it down back. You bring it inside, and then you bring this line inwards, and then you have a tiny ankle, a small ankle. So you adjust the shape of the feet here. You adjust the shape of the feet here, or you increase this line here. You go beyond the 0.5 points that we have here, like so. So we are done with this. I'll erase this middle line. Then I'll open the leg up here. So I can try to give the idea of the fact that this person or this croquis is moving. How will I do that? The ankle line is here originally, so I'll try to move the ankle line for this leg. I'll try to move it up, and then I'll have the ankle line somewhere around here. So from here, I'll draw the shape of the feet. So this is what I have. So this way we have successfully separated the legs of this croquis, and this croquis is ready. Next thing for us to do is start sketching our design on this croquis. So flesh the other croquis that you have. Don't forget to erase these details that you have here. Flesh the other croquis that you have and sketch your desired style. Let's see your creativity and send your send it to the group for review. If you want to sketch your style, you indicate your style preference. If it's a V neckline, if it's going to be a round neckline, any neckline you desired, you just draw it. Even if it is asymmetric like this, you can just, sketch it out like that. Then anywhere you have your design on, you are going to erase the existing line there. We have the leg, the crouch here, and then the legs, the thighs showing here before, so you will just erase it completely like this. To draw the hair, you indicate where you want the hair to start from. So let's say it's going to be like half pattern like this, and it will come over the face like this, and then this one will come like this. So you bring this down, and then you close it up. Like so. So I'll erase this part of the head because we will not be able to see this anymore with the hair. So this shape is what I'm erasing. So I'll draw the lines for the hair.
If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Don't forget, anywhere your design passes through the body, you erase it. If the hand is coming over the body like this, you erase this part of the body, of the outline that we have here. You erase it from it so that you have your neat sketch. Draw your desired styles, be creative with it. You don't have to do this that I have here, and send it to the group. You can even try to add designs on the bodies of your dress. And I told you to do 2 assignments. You flesh one separately, you leave that one, and then the other one you are going to sketch your style on it and send it to the group. So you are sending both the plain flesh croquis and also the one that you have already styled like this to the group for review. Thank you for joining my class. It's so nice to have you all, and then we'll see next time. Bye.